Welcome to another Satisfactory start. This is because this game is consuming my life and I want to make videos on this game too. Starting in the desert again just because I have a fairly good idea of where to set up in the desert and how to start the game. And now I also have more information on the desert, which is cool. Thanks to last stream. I want to head over here. And the overall objective is to find that tree. And I'll definitely take that while I'm on the way.
The astrobiologist Dr. D.M. Mercer
Nice.
was the first to recognize the presence and probable nature of these alien artifacts. These chain-melted state spheres are named in his honor. Each sphere emits a unique signal and will require study to determine local application, store it for later use.
Okay, so the first thing I'll mention is this one. A, this one might have less jump cuts, mostly if I'm like waiting for resources or something like that. And B, when I hear audio like this, I'll kind of quiet down.
Potential edible collected. Eating it and surviving does not count as a valid field test and does not generate enough data for Fixit to make an informed decision. Store this potential resource for later use.
And you'll notice me jumping a lot. The reason for that is because if you crouch and then quickly press space, as long as you're not going on a slope that's way too far uphill, it actually does pretty good at increasing speed and jump height both. So over there is where I was last time. I think maybe I'll keep the hub over here. Just because it's got all the trees and all that. So let's start building the hub, where power should go this way. And already I'm going to use this. I'll definitely move the hub later. But I guess the first thing I should do is all these, and of course building the space elevator. I forgot that spun. First thing I should do, I guess, is equip this. And yeah, that was... I don't remember seeing him do that in the past. There's an enemy there. Hi.
Samples of new alien species acquired. Notable features are blunt teeth, suggesting it is herbivorous, and a thickly plated skull and spine, suggesting it is proficient at inflicting and receiving blunt force trauma. Preserve remains for later study.
And then I'm gonna head over here and clear out these. And I'll be back after that. And just like that, I have both iron veins cleared. I have that cleared, and there's limestone over there that I think is already cleared, but I haven't touched it yet. So what I'm first going to do is I'm gonna head over here again. And since I'm not using biofuel burners just yet, I'm gonna ignore the obstacle clearing until after part assembly. Actually, no, yeah. base building is kind of a first thing that I want. So first, I need to come all the way down there. Put a mine on that. And the reason I want base building is so I can lock everything into a grid. Just makes it a little easier. There we go. No. Head all the way back with the belt. And I think a constructor requires reinforced plating, and I don't have that, so I'm just gonna move it here and then let it automatically craft. Or automatically craft it. Let me see, constructor. Oh, I do have some. Hang on. I have enough to make 4 constructors. Not bad. Okay, first, I'm also gonna need a smelter. Not a smelter, never mind. This is just concrete. Okay, let's see if I can't line it up. There we go. And then I'll get a storage container here. And once I bring power to these, that should solve a lot of problems. Apparently the limestone was protected and I didn't realize. And then I want this right out front of there, where I can connect it to both of those. And that should get me the 200 shortly. Let me just take all these. I'll get some grass and then I'll be back. This I'll kind of skip through since it's a little boring. And now with all the wood, I'm also creating biomass. And the idea is I should be able to throw those in there. And that should start powering that. Now, this is producing 40 megawatts of power, which I'm hoping isn't too little. I'm also gonna need a miner here. And up here. Now, the downside is I don't think I have logistics just yet, so I can't split them. Meaning these farms are not going to be nearly efficient. Put a furnace there. Head over here. I guess I could just link the furnace right next to it. Couldn't I do the same with this one, actually? Let me see. Select that. I could. Okay, nope. And then I'll take this and walk that down, but first let me get a constructor. Guess it doesn't matter where. And that one does actually matter, because it can line up. Constructor, constructor. You know what I never did over here? This is running. But it's not crafting. And the reason for that is because I never actually set this to concrete. Now that I set it to concrete, I should start seeing concrete come out of there. Yeah, that's better. And I need 200 of that stuff. Okay. So now, also I'll take the Caterium.
Unknown metal collected. This metallic element is showing properties similar to those in Group 11 on the periodic table, such as high conductivity and malleability. Store this potential resource for later use.
So anyways, this will be iron ingot. Over here will be iron ingot as well. This will be, I guess, plates over here. And rods over here. I need 2 storage containers. One there. And then one here, which I can then connect there and there. Then I'll take the power. This will go here and split between those. And then this one will go up here, which, as soon as I get up here, will split between those. Oh, hang on. I also need to split it between those. And hopefully that doesn't blow a fuse once things start up. Let me go see quickly how many. Okay, oh, we're at 35. Cool. And that's definitely all connected, so now I should be getting, yep, iron goes in there, and then it's crafting plates here. Iron goes in there, and then it's crafting rods here. Iron goes over here, and then it's crafting concrete. And I definitely do need an absolute ton of all 3 of those base resources. So I guess what I'll do is I'll just wait it out until I get all of those resources, and then I'll be back, because I don't think I need copper or anything like that for base building, so I'm not too worried about getting that set up. But I am a little bit concerned with getting base building set up, just because it's a thing I need to get set up. I have, oh wow, actually I'm kind of low in wires and cables, but I'll manually craft those when I need them for the time being. And also, I'll note down next time that I think I have to go above that tree, which means maybe 12 to 14 platforms is better. But, I'll be back when I get all that. Yeah. After sitting here for a little bit, I got enough concrete to give me 200. And then if I head down here, there's a dog barking. Also, I have not checked my power at all. So, you know, top quality engineering. I'm ignoring my power source. Now when I do that, I have all the things I need. And that should allow me to get the base building upgrade. Which is... oh, we're still fine. An absolutely legendary upgrade. So we're just gonna chuck all those in there. And then press the big red button with the missile on it. What could go wrong?
Milestone reached.
Well,
several new structures are now available for improving factory organization. Foundations provide a building grid, which makes it easier to manage placement of any structure. In the event that you are experiencing amnesia for all events prior to planetfall, be reassured that memories of beloved humans and/or animals would have only been distractions from your important mission.
Well, as I was going to say, nothing will go wrong because it's satisfactory. Now, I need all of these, which means I need another 150 of these, and that allows me to get these to further expand things, which is the next crucial step. Which means, that's right, it's time to build copper. So let's do this, then we'll get a smelter right after it. I guess I'll do that. And then we'll go to organization and get a storage container. Nope, wait. That's not right. First, I need one of these. I'm missing cables. Remember when I said I was going to have to manually mine this to get cables later? Well, turns out now is that time. Let me craft up a couple of these. Oh, look, my thing's back. And then once I get a couple of these, all I'll do is just connect the Mark 1 miner to a smelter. That'll turn copper ore into copper bars. Then I'll take the copper bars and throw them into a constructor, which will then go into a storage drawer. The constructor, did I already put belts there? I did not. Uh-oh. The furnace can't go there. Fair enough. How about we do that? No, I'm gonna have to move all of it forward. That's fine. I'm not too worried about that, just because, there's no wasted fix-it, which means I get all the materials I spent back. And this one, I guess I'll turn like this, just to make sure I can get through there. There we go. And I'll head over here. Looks like I should most definitely put a power pole kind of in the center there, where I'll then power these. And I need one more. I'm hoping this doesn't go over. It does. There's a few other things I'll need then. And I'll just put that right there. Oh, and yep, that blew a fuse. This will give me wire. So I need to make a biomass burner, which means I need some copper. So let's get some copper real quick. It's 25 of those. And I think one copper gives me 2. So I shouldn't have to worry too much about that. But I do need more than 25 because I'll have to connect it to the grid, of course. And if we're going ultra basic tutorial, I guess I should explain what a grid is. Essentially, a grid has a power source and all the machines attached to it. The machines take more power than the grid is producing. It basically shuts down, as you saw there. Just gonna chuck this right about here. And I'm not worried about... I'm missing a cable. Neat. I'm not worried about, what do you call it? appearances just yet or making this automatic just yet. As a priority, I just want to make sure it works. Capacity is now 70 with this one's 30, which is awesome. And now we should start to see copper ore come out of here in just a second. There we go. The copper ore then goes into the furnace. The furnace turns it into copper bars. The copper bars will go into the constructor. And the constructor will turn them into copper wire. And the copper wire will go into the storage system. And I can already guarantee, yeah, I already have enough plates and bars. Oh wait, no, I don't have enough bars. Weird. For a 1-to-1, you'd think I'd have enough by now. But, once again, I guess I'll be back when I finish that. I'll probably run some manual crafting for some of these things. Or I'll just let it wait out because, these copper coils are going to take pretty long to generate themselves anyway. But there's one more thing I want to do before I end this clip.
Unknown chemical element collected. This non-metallic and multivalent element seems to be present only in a solid state and exhibits a most pungent smell. It is fortunate fix-it helmets are of such high quality. Store this potential resource for later use.
And I'll be back. Oh, look. There's a llama. I've never noticed that. And, I'm back with 300 cables for the next, update. I also have another 200 plates. And 149 rods. Leaving me to... Nope, that's wrong. To a grand total of 350 plates and 241 rods. That's also the wrong button, again. Good lord. And then I also have, 316 of the copper. But now, with logistics... Oh, right, I forgot. Now with logistics, I can make the farms a little bit better.
Milestone reached. Conveyor belts can now merge, split, and lift to save space and enhance the productivity of your factory.
Yes.
Fix-It encourages you to consider investing in verticality when it comes to factory logistics. If you feel stressed by this complexity, imagine yourself on the shore of a vast and calm ocean. Breathe in. Visualize all the people relying on you. The sea is made of billions of faces, each staring at you with hope and tears in their eyes. Breathe out. Feel refreshed and focused on your duties.
I feel very refreshed. No pressure. Except now it's time to kind of tear things down. Because that's going to be fun. Thing is, this furnace is producing 30 per minute, and that 30 per minute is being used in these plates, right? So this is extremely efficient. But what if I told you I could make it more efficient? I just have to tear things down. And I think what I'll do before I tear things down is I want to make a platform in the sky, and maybe I'll build up instead. But first, before I can do that, as you can tell, I'm somewhat low on foundation. Not foundation, concrete. But, thing is, this was running the entire time while I was AFK. So, concrete is, concrete's something I've been gathering up. So now I'll head over here, and I think I want maybe... I mean, last time I did 8. Maybe I'll go 10 this time and see how that works. And I'll do it kind of close to this tree just to get a good idea. If you see that it says build mode default, you can change this by pressing R. I'm gonna have to take care of that guy first. And I might as well collect that. Oh wait.
Samples of unknown alien species acquired. Their weaponized plasma is most likely stored as a stable chemical substance in an organ close to their mouth, and only turns volatile when exposed to one of the chemical elements in the air. Preserve the remains for later study. This semi-slug species seems to persist entirely through absorbing and storing energy from its surroundings. Studying this could provide new methods for improving fix-it production line efficiency. Store this potential resource for later use.
Anyways, it says zoop now. That would be moving it left and right. And then we have vertical, which is what I actually want to do. We're going to build it straight up to 10. Yeah, I want to say that's strong enough. But this isn't where I want the first platform, so we're going to destroy it. That was very fast. Instead of doing it one by one like I've done in stream before, though, I can hold control, drag my mouse to look at all of them, let go of control, and then just clear all of them at once. Which is pretty cool. Now, where I want to make the first platform that goes up, I think I want to make it down here. I'll start right here, actually. We're going to go all the way up to 10. And, of course, I don't want those platforms below it. I think maybe I can even go one higher. At the same time, I don't think I want to. So we're going to go with a default thing there. And then I definitely didn't think about how the ramps were going to work. So let's break that. And while holding a platform or any building, you can kind of switch between the same of its type. We're going to go like that, and then I want to switch with the tall one. Nope, I need one more. Okay, now I can delete those again. And I definitely did not have to do that one by one. We're going to change that to zoop, because I want that to go down. And the reason for that is so I can go up. And the reason I want to go up is because things will get quite complicated if I decide to stay on ground level. We're going to have a lot of ups and downs, and you see that, Dune. I really don't feel like dealing with that. So building up is just the next best course of action. Now, however, I can break that and place that there. I guess I'll also place that there. And I can start kind of laying out where I want things to go. Let me just build kind of like a platform, and then I'll be right back. Okay, so I expanded the platform just a little bit, which I'm gonna do in both directions like that. However, we're gonna look at the next thing here, since that does not need concrete, because I need 1,175 concrete to finish the last thing, and that doesn't actually require any of that. So, if I'm correct, I should have enough stuff to do that already. Let's check here. Yeah, that's enough of those. If I check here, that's definitely enough plates, and that's good because I'm going to need a lot of plates. Rods I'm more so worried about. I know I can make 400 screws and have 53 rods left over, but once we start getting into base elevator stuff, those screws are gonna plummet. And yeah, I'm only at 46. I definitely need that to speed up. Maybe, because this is generating 120 per minute, maybe I should try and split this. Because that's definitely not working very well. But in order to do that, I'm going to need more constructors, which means I'm going to need more reinforced plating. And reinforced plating also requires plates and screws. So I'll probably do a little bit of maths, figure out how many constructors I'll need for that. And I'm also going to get field research while I can. I also need to make all those screws. Maybe I can do the math before I exit, since I need 300 screws. So each constructor uses 15... Wait. Was it uses 15 or generates 15? Because if it generates 15, yeah, no. It's using 45 per minute. So if I take 120 and split that, it should be into 3, which means I only need about 6 of these reinforced platings. Well, 2 more, I should say. And then I'll have to look into underclocking it because it's not going to run as efficiently as it's going to be running more efficiently than it needs to be. So first, let me get these 300 screws. And then throw those in there. Oh, I forgot to press the red button. Now we have the jumping pad, I guess.
Milestone reached. Supply the molecular analysis machine, referred to as the MAM, with local resources to research and develop new technologies. Potential technologies include exploration tools, weapons, and factory buildings. These are essential for maximizing your Pioneer efficiency and alignment with Fixit's core pillars: construct, automate, explore, and exploit. To advance Fixit's mission, all notable phenomena, resources, technology, or other influence should be investigated regardless of any perceived danger, as stated in the Pioneer contract.
Okay. It's the research center, which is actually better. I was actually hoping to get that sooner. I just need 5 more of these. I think I made 4 more screws than I needed, but that's fine. And I'll need more copper wiring, more cables. And then I can build the MAM Research Center. As well as split up the constructors. Yeah, I need 15 cables. Let's do that. And I guess for the time being, I'll just throw the MAM Research Center right here. Now I can do research whenever I want to. And, I guess the next objective is to get as much concrete as I can. Let me see about splitting it now, however. If I want 2 more constructors, I'm gonna need 16 cables, which is fine. The question is, will I be able to maintain that amount of power? Because this... Oh yeah, I should be able to. I still have 22 megawatts free. Let's just run over here. I'm definitely faster in the streaming world because I have the zip line, but that requires a ton of Caterium. If I look in here, yeah, it's using 45 per minute. So let's break these real quick. And then I want to get 3 constructors. If I can't get them next to each other. There we go. Now I can get a splitter through logistics, which requires more of those cables. See, I'm glad I brought more. Do that. Put that up like so. And then we can then take that and throw that there. I still need Mark II belts. That's only pushing 60 out at a time, isn't it? Which means this is going to be even less efficient until I get Mark II belts. That's fine, though. Now I need a merger. Which will go like that. And merge into a single storage system. Nice. And of course I need to set all of these to concrete. And the most important part or at least the most important part in my opinion is giving these guys power. Except that I'm missing cables, so let me quickly build a crafting bench. Make some cables. And then that should start off. Nice. Now I just need to invest in logistics too, so I can further increase my concrete production. Let me go see how much that is. And I've already spread out so much that it's like so much walking across the map. Let's see. Part assembly is first, or I can get logistics too, which does use a lot of concrete, and that's not exactly a thing I'm a fan of. As a matter of fact, most of them, other than jump pads and part assembly, use concrete. So before I work on tier 2, I'm gonna start on that. And I'll just have to deal with the fact that the concrete farm's gonna be backed up. But let me see if I can't get as many of those platforms as I can. Okay, I've slightly changed my mind because obstacle clearing is going to be a necessity. So I'm going to go ahead and do that real quick. And then I'm going to go ahead and make a chainsaw. And the reason I do that is because I ended up running out of fuel. Biomass didn't do so well. So I'm gonna need more, and I don't feel like getting it by hand during the process of getting close to like, what is it, 4,000, 8 or 6,000 limestone. Like I said, I would need 1,100 limestone, or not limestone, concrete for the foundations, but I thought maybe I'll just get 4 stacks. Well, 4 stacks of limestone is 2,000. Multiply that by 3 and you get 6,000. So I'm gonna need 6,000 limestone before I can actually start working on that. I'm starting to wonder if maybe I should be advancing before making this platform, because I have the materials to do it for the most part. Obviously, there will be some manual crafting for like rotors and stuff like that, which I really don't feel like doing if I'm being honest. But if I go for the Mark II logistics, I can make things much more efficient. So I might go for chainsaw and then Mark II logistics. That might be the course of action instead of the platform. Let's head over here. I need 100 of those, which means I'll need 200 of these. That's fine, I have 500. Yeah, as you can tell, I've been doing a lot of AFK farming. I haven't even checked the rods or plates yet either, so I should have a ton of those. First, let me craft the cables up. It's a thing where I kind of wanted to go in order from left to right. But if I go in order left to right, things get complicated. I don't need part assembly because I don't even have the space elevator and I'm not automatically crafting high-end parts like that just yet. This is important because I need it.
Milestone reached.
Yes.
Solid biofuel.
We're gonna put
created from
that
Bunni biomass
over here.
ensures maximum efficiency of biomass burners. To aid in biofuel production, the chainsaw allows for the removal of tougher wood and coral foliage. Additionally, your pocket dimension has been inflated to increase inventory size. Inspirational note: will you be the Fix-It Employee of the Month? You could be if you construct, automate, explore, and exploit by eliminating all obstacles to efficiency. This isn't just fun, it's contractually mandated fun, fun, fun.
Destroying the environment for my own entertainment? I agree. Okay. I need the chainsaw. Let's put that on a to-do list so I know everything I need. I'll need the reinforced plating, but before I can get that, I need screws to make it. I'm also gonna need screws on top of that. So first, let's get the reinforced plating, and then I'll make the screws after that. Could also get those 15 wires. And then I'll need another 600 or 160 screws. And then once I get the 160 screws, I'll make a chainsaw. And then I'll start going for part assembly 2 to get concrete production much faster. But chainsaw is first because I need better fuel. Okay, now we'll head over here. And I'll make myself that. Nice. I'll throw that there. Of course, I am running quite low. I'm gonna take this out and split it and then put that back in there. Then I'm gonna craft some solid biofuel, which might take a little bit. Shouldn't take too long. And then in here, we're gonna go with logistics 2, where I'll need 50 reinforced plating, which means a lot of AFK farming for those. Oh, right, I have to wait for that to come back. Well, that means I can head over here. Oh. Now I can cut down trees and stuff, and that gives me more useful materials, I should say. I definitely don't want to have to autocraft these. Oh.
Potential edible collected. If consumed before authorized is compatible with the human digestive system by Fix-It, the consumer is responsible for any and all consequences. Research it in the MAM to establish classification and potential application.
Okay. I guess first I'll put this stuff away, and then I need to make 3 of these, 6 of these. And the reason for that is because, as I mentioned, I don't feel like manually crafting biomass or biofuel. That would get extremely complicated. So we're going to go to production and create a couple of constructors. Gonna need cables for sure. That should be enough. I'll put it here, I guess. No, I'm gonna put it over here. Right near this so I know what it is. And then this will go kind of in between those. And then I'll get a storage container. That'll go in there. This needs a merger. And then I'll need 2 more storage containers for the purpose of holding the ingredients for it. So I don't have to do that myself. Okay. We'll say this will be biomass for leaves. This will be biomass for wood. This over here will be solid biofuel. I need... I guess I'll take that. Oh yes, I'll need cables. Gonna need quite a few cables. Okay. Now I can take from there. And of course I want it to go straight like that as I can. This I will have the soul. Oh. Never mind. This will connect into here, and this one will have the sole purpose of powering those. Now, I believe this one was leaves, yes. So all leaves will go in here, and all wood will go in here. And then I'll take this and split it into 3s. Where I'll switch these out. And chuck these in here. And that should be giving me solid biofuel whenever I need it. Now, I can work on this. I'll throw those in there. Those in there. I definitely need more rods, which I can just head over here and get. And of course, I'll need the 50 reinforced plating, which could get expensive. But if I have enough rods, it shouldn't be an issue. I have 122. And 26 of those is going to this. So that's 90-ish. First, let me put those away. And then I'll figure out this. I need 50 of these. That would be, what, 600 screws? I'm fairly certain it would be 600 screws. Uh-oh. What happened? Did something run out of... Oh, they all ran out of fuel. Okay, biofuel doesn't last that long when you only put 3 into a system, it seems. But that's fine, because I can just split it even further. I think it would be 24. Or would it be 22? Okay, close enough. You're gonna get that, because you're definitely burning faster. And that'll work for a little bit more. Okay, anyways. Now I'll need about 600 screws. While I make those 50 reinforced plating, I'm just gonna go AFK for a little bit. I'll be right back when I get the screws done. Or not the screws, the plates done. And just like that, we have Mark II logistics completed. Now, let me craft a few more of these plates.
Fix-It would like to remind you of your contractual obligation towards efficiency. Recreational use of belts and lifts does not count towards work hours and will put you on the list. Stay efficient, don't disappoint, Fix-It.
Nice. Okay, 10 should be fine. Let's head over to the... Oh, okay. I'll also have to put power back into the system soon. I think after I put the 60, I haven't touched it, and last time I checked it was 16 in there. But what I can do now is to make sure this is running at peak efficiency. First, let's take these out. Is go to logistics, get an MK2, and I need one more. Are you kidding me? Good thing I left this here. Okay. Now I can get that and push that forward. Now, look at that. Let's take that out and reset it. Now they're splitting evenly. I'm getting 120 split into 3. I'm pretty sure that's 40 each one, which means these are running at somewhat good efficiency. It's going to be running out and then gaining, then running out. That's fine. And we also, in the process of that... Oh wait, actually, while I'm on the topic of it running out, let me just fill it up. I could definitely just do that. That's less for me to manually craft off camera. It should eventually go down. I don't know why it's not, but that's fine. Oh, nope, yeah, it should be. I can see it filling up slower and slower. And then this one, it'll be finished at 99, right? 99, and then yeah, it's slowly gonna go down. And then I can just craft the 49 I have here. And I guess now the primary goal is to get all of that concrete. Actually, I'm almost there. I have 2 stacks already, I just need another 2 stacks. Which shouldn't be too difficult, hopefully. And just because I have it, I'll shove that in there. Yeah, this is going nicely. I don't think it'll get backed up here. Let's see, that's giving 15 per minute, 15 per minute, 15 per minute. Add that up, it's 45 per minute. So yeah, it's definitely not gonna overdo it. Oh boy. I think I let it run too long without replacing the power. I don't have it giving me automatic power just yet because that's something I want to do up there. And I figured having it down here was kind of pointless. Or maybe I could just have it go down as like a building. But let's take this. Oh, nice. And I now have 264. I want to say it divides into 3 evenly. Wow. 7 in here, but this one ran out. Okay. So we'll split this in... I mean, first I guess we'll split it in half. That's 100. That's 100. That's 78. Let's take maybe 8 from each of these. Yep, close enough. Could split it into 93, 93, 92, but I don't really care to do that because one's taking more than the others anyway. But that solves that problem. And then once I'm ready to, I could start building the platforms here, kind of building them down. Maybe instead of platform, no, I'll definitely use platforms for this. Because this is going to be the primary layer. And also I don't have catwalks yet because I still need the sink, which I could get, most likely. I mean, what is it? It should be tier 2, right? Yeah, 400 more of those. But I'll be back when I get all of that sorted out. And after an hour of waiting, I've gotten an absolute ton of biofuel. And we're gonna shove that in here. There we go. And we're gonna check these other farms real quick. Nice. And I had to sneeze. Instead of that, let me not take all of it, because inventory will run out if I do. But that's also neat. And then we look at the rods. An absolute ton more. And then we'll head over here. What I really need the most of. And look at that. Not just 4 stacks. We now have 6, 7. Wow. So now I should be able to place the rest of these when I get up there. And all that took was a bit of biomass and an Mark II logistic. Specifically a Mark II conveyor. I'm gonna kind of go with a little bit of reference to what I did in the stream I did, where I kind of built the huge foundation, then started building things up on top of it. Except I kind of want to do differently this time. I remember last time the iron was nerfed because I didn't have a Mark II belt bringing it in. I think this time I'm gonna work on a Mark II belt. And then all I have to do is that the other direction. And you see now why I needed so much concrete. And I'm just gonna record this because it's neat. Nice. Now we have quite a large platform to work with, which is exactly what I wanted. But now I have to figure out exactly where I want the system to go. I'm thinking maybe I'll do a building for each one, then each one does something different. Like last time I combined them together, the issue is those are both giving 60 every minute, and the belts don't support 60 every minute. So maybe instead I do one building that will take from here, and then I do another that'll take from there, or there I should say. This one giving me 60 per minute will go into 2 furnaces, and those 2 furnaces will split, one going into this, giving me what is it? One set of plates, and then the other 2 going into a set of rods, where I'll have one for 15, and then another for 15. If I'm correct, I could have that split into 3, where 2 of them will merge together again, so that I'll have 20 per minute going into a container, and then 10 per minute going into screws, which, if I'm correct, that lines up with this one getting 20 per minute. And if I look at the recipe here real quick, I think this getting 10 of these per minute will produce 40 of those per minute, which means it'll actually produce 2 times the amount of screws than it is anything else. And that's perfectly fine. I guess I'll kind of lay out where I want that to go. And then I'll deal with the building aspect of it. Because this time, instead of going only up, maybe I'll go under it too a little bit. At the same time, that could get complicated when I start building more down there. So I think I'll bring it up as well. And I should have enough plates that I can just take this stuff out and not have to worry about it. Except I can't actually break that. Let me get that built up and I'll figure out what I do after, because it's gonna take me just a little bit. Okay, I'm kind of comfortable with that going there. All I did was move this up from the drill miner. Now all I want to do is get this. That does line up, right? Oh. Not really. Interesting. Maybe instead of going from right outside there, I kind of change it up a little bit. Like I'll have this splitter in the center of this here, and then I'll get the Mark II belt, not Mark II belt, the Mark I belt in there, and then I'll just move it down here. Oh, that was a terrible idea. That's fine. And then I'll just connect it manually, like so. Guess it doesn't matter if that's connected. I don't know. I'll take that. I guess that does kind of break. What if I take the miner and change the way it's placed? Will that work a little bit? No, how about I change it like that? I like that more. Then of course I take the power, push it back into there, and then that should start moving up. Then I'll head up here again, and now I can start splitting it. Guess I'll split it in that direction just to make sure it's not going too close to the other one. I'll put that right there, and that should line up fine. Of course, these two are going to be iron. And then this one goes into its own constructor, but of course I need materials for that. And for those materials, maybe I just take that down. Oh, of course, yeah, I didn't have the inventory for that. That's fine. I should also potentially get a crafting bench up here, because I'm gonna need 2 more of those. Since I need 2 constructors for that. Wait, no I don't. I only need 1. I don't know why I did that. I'll need 1 more later, but that's fine, because I still do need 2 constructors for the next one. I'll do something like that, and it should still allow me to place a splitter here. It does kind of connect though, so let's change that. And I still kind of run through my ideas. Okay, I think right there's safe. And of course, any belts I can just bring straight out here. This goes into there, which will make plates. And this is producing 30 per minute. This is taking 30 per minute and giving me 20 per minute. Then I take this. I could potentially line it up, but that causes issues with that. Unless I break this splitter and then I move it to actually take from the side and line up there. I could do that, right? Let's see. It takes this. Haha. That won't work either. Because that's an invalid belt shape. What if I do that? That works. And then I'll have this line up with that one, but also line up with that. Nice. And then this will be for rods. And of course, I need this one to be moved. And I'll need another 2 plates. Cool. And I'll need cables again. That one will go directly next to it. Nice. Now we have 15 and 15. And then I need, let's see. I need one of these. Maybe I'll have this one split into 2. Well, 3, I should say. Because then I can actually take a merger here. And I'll take 15 from there, 15 from there. And then I'll probably wrap that around that way. Or not, because I do need another constructor now that I think about it. So let me get another constructor. Another long clip, but I kind of want to run through the ideas I'm going with here. And then I guess maybe I'll just put the constructor here. Have it line up with that, but move forward enough. There we go. And wait, I actually need 2 of these to go into there. In that case, let me get a merger. I think right there should be fine. Take this, take this. And then I'll push this right about here. And then, so let's see. Now I have 15 and 15. 15 goes into there, merges with that, will go straight there. 15 of these go into here. 5, and then 5, and then 5. So that's 10 that goes in there, that gets pushed into here, which takes 10 per minute. Now all I need is a storage system for all of these things, and that should be okay. Maybe I'll put the storage containers over here. Um, one right there, one right there, and one right there. That's an obvious straight that direction. This one is probably better here, but let me go from this side. Or I'll just go like that. And then this one, I'll go here, like so. And then this would be 1, 2, and 3. It would give me plates, screws, and the other ones. Now the other thing I want to do is I want to take splitters. Not actually, not yet, because I don't have anything filling up yet. Once I get smart splitters though, I'll put overflow on those, and that'll move it to another container that I'll have a tractor pick up and move over. But for now, I'll just be able to take some out and then move it manually. So this means that I can get walls. There. 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 And then I'll just kind of build around here. Nice. Now all I have to do is clear that out, and then I guess I could just access this from back here, where I'll need power. And all I have to do is put power poles there. That powers those two. There could power those 3. And of course I need cables. So let's head over here. Maybe I'll make a crafting bench here. That would be fine. Nice. So then I'll head back over here and work on the power. Like I said, that'll connect to that and... Oh, wait. Oh, that was weird. You're telling me I connected that to that instead of that? And then this will power these. And then I guess I could take this, bring it straight over here, and that could power that. And I think that's all. Except I need the mine connected. I guess for the time being, I'll take this and bring it up here. And I kind of want to take reference to the last one I did, where I'll just make enough space to drive through. Well, want to say I'll connect it to that one. Maybe I create one in here. Because I didn't expect that to be complicated. There we go. Now these are working. We're getting iron through here and here. That should be going into here, crafting 15 per minute, which it should only be getting 15 per minute. Then we head over here, where once they are crafted, they should start splitting. There's one. That'll take one, and then that'll take one, or I guess it'll go that, then that. And then this will start making screws. So screws are already being made, rods are already being made, and plates are already being made. And all I have to do is figure out which storage is which and just leave it like that. Maybe I'll do something like this just for, I don't know, like appearance thing. Because I can just go back and look around here and for everything. And of course, I'll put splitters on these belts for overflow. But I don't know what I'll do with that crate just yet. Maybe that's where the overflow will end up. There's plates, there's screws, and there's rods. Isn't that perfect? Now, I just have to get some buildings lined up with the other ones. This time I'm going to go with shorter buildings, by the way, if that wasn't obvious from that. And I'll go for taller buildings whenever I need to. The next step, oh wait, does that go out to that iron farm? No, this iron farm's just at the edge. And I guess I don't need that iron farm making rods, but it is. So I'll just leave it, for now. Because I need to figure out what I want to do next. Maybe copper? Because I want the basic materials first. I'll figure that out, and I'll be back when I figure that out. It'll either be copper, limestone, which means I'll need more concrete to build down that far, or it'll help me start getting rotors and reinforced plating with that other iron farm down there. I'll be back when I got that sorted out, though. Okay, I've decided what I want. It's also a new day, so I'm a little bit refreshed. I want to do the copper and limestone farms before I get into reinforced not casing. The reinforced items, those. So let's just chuck this. I mean, I could throw those in there. The other thing, I've already forgotten how to play this game. This copper is 60 per minute, so I only need an MK1. Okay, so I'll set that there, and then I'll just break it up there so I can move it back down. I might again have to move where the mine is, but it's definitely more helpful than leaving this here like this. So it's on this platform. Maybe I'll go like that. The issue is, if I do this now, that's where it goes in. So I guess what I'll do, I do need a splitter, because that's how the furnaces will work. So let's do that. And then, once again, now that should be where it goes over into the system. That's definitely too high. And then if I just head over here, this will be where it goes into the system. Nice. That's definitely too close. So let's dismantle the miner real quick and rebuild it maybe here. Then we'll go like that. Of course, I need to take power and put it back onto there. And I'll just let that keep smelting up and let that keep running for the time being. Because now I should start to see copper come out of here and then go up this system. Yep. So then I'll head over here and kind of do the same thing. I'm thinking the copper plating is something I can make already, and I might experiment with it. But first I need the 2 furnaces, which I'm going to put over here. So let's get, I said furnaces again. The 2 smelters, which I'm going to put over here. Of course, get a power pole right about here. And, guess I could go like this. Yeah. Then I'll take that, push that there, and that'll run those 2 furnaces. Now, I'll get a... Oh, I guess I can't get a constructor. Let me get a constructor and figure out how I'm gonna split this up, and then I'll be right back. Change of plans. Before I can get that, this is a base crafting recipe, which means I only need a constructor and 1 item to make it. I need this before I can split copper evenly. So, I guess we start by working on that. The only thing I'll have to craft manually is the 200 cables. The rest of it I should get over time. But before I can figure out that, I need to get this done. And I'm definitely already there in plates and rods, so that's fine. So I'll get this done, and then I'll figure out how I'm going to split it, and I guess I'll be back after that. Okay, so I know how I'm going to line it up, but I'm going to need another drill. So, oh, not enough space in inventory. So let's put these away real quick. Pretty much whatever I'm not using right this second. And we make a portable miner. And then we're going to head over to the copper vein. That's out here, which I've already cleared. No. Gonna throw this way. Of course, I should connect some power to it if I can. And then I'll take this. I'll say it doesn't really matter. Of course, I'll take this out. We're gonna get a splitter. Not a splitter, a merger, sorry. That can go there safely. Wait. Okay, maybe I should get the merger a little farther back then. There we go. That can go there. No? Oh, right. And then that can go there. And I'll need a Mark II belt going into here. Except I'm also gonna need a Mark II belt into there, so let me get like 38 of these reinforced plates. I think I need more screws for that. And then I'll also have to split it into a third furnace. As a matter of fact, I might move things around. The reason is I also want this to be split up here. So potentially put like a wall there. I have a hub in here, so I might as well use it. Nice. So let me just craft up a bunch of these. See, the iron I managed to get split into two. This one I don't really want to because there's no need for it to be split into two, especially not that far away. So let me make up, I'll say maybe 45 to 50 of those, and then I guess I'll get back to making the machine. Okay, now that I have the thing, I'm thinking it was somewhere right here. Where was it? It was definitely over here. Yeah, it was over there. But that's outside of the wall, so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take this, put it right here. Also, apparently I can do a reversed mode. So then we'll head over here. Where, oh, that goes into the drill. That's a problem. Okay, never mind about that. Let's head back up real quick and refigure this out. Okay, so it was here. Here is inside of the mine. Let's see, if I head over here, they're all over on that side. What if I kind of imitate this shape for the copper? So I'll go something like this, this, this. Okay, then how many walls over is it? Well, firstly, it's 2 walls back, and then it's 1, 2, 3, 4 walls over. So maybe I'll try something like that. And then 4 walls over. And that actually goes to the edge. If I'm correct... Okay, something over there is not powered, and I'm wondering why. Oh, wow. The entire time... Wait. Oh, my rods were being underpowered. That's why I wasn't getting many of them. I should be getting a solid 75% more of these, and I didn't even know. Interesting. Okay, well that works, I guess. I solved it. Anyways, if I head over here, it looks like this is coming up at the edge here. And what is it, also 4 walls on this side? Yeah. So, first, here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna dismantle that, push that back. Oh, that means this isn't accurate at all. Well, I guess there's no point in forcing accuracy then. If I'm correct, that's inside the drill. Maybe I'll go back here. That should work. Or I'll go over here. What about here? I think here is fine. So let's take the MK2, reverse it, and I guess I'll have it go backwards for now, since furnaces could go that way, then turn that way. Or maybe I'll go that way. I'm not sure yet. What if I... Yeah, no, I got it. That's perfect right here. This one right here is perfect. So if that's gonna go there, I'll get a splitter here. The splitter will have to go somewhere about here, actually. And that should work. There. So all I have to do is move this a little bit. First we get a merger. I throw it directly in line with this. I take two belts, and then I swap to an MK2, where that's apparently too close. Not a splitter, a merger. Oh. Let's do that. Now I'll take this, throw that in there, And then push an MK1 into both of these. And that's every other one for the time being, but that's because those haven't reached this yet. But now I can head back up here and start making the furnaces. And I was debating on cutting to it, but I'm just gonna leave it in the video because I'm already here. Okay, so what I want to do now is get smelters. I don't want it lined up because I want that side to work with it. So I will need to probably push this forward just a little bit. Possibly. I think right there should be okay. And then we'll put one here. One here. And one here. This time we'll have 2 power poles. This one will go here because this one will go outside. Yeah. And that should connect there. And of course, I actually have to set these. And I'm pretty sure I'm about to... Yeah. I'm gonna need more power. So let's take care of that now. There we go. I'm gonna get the power sorted out and I'll be right back. Okay. So now I should only have to do this. It's very slightly over. So... How about that? Now we're getting 130, nice. And I'm still gonna have to place more. I think I know exactly what my next project is going to be. Because, things get complicated here. Especially since I'm running a few systems after this. The first of which being, let's see, could I get these buildings to be the same distance back? And then maybe expand it over that way if I want to. Let's try it. First, I'll get a constructor here, except I'm gonna need room for maybe 2 belts to get through. So we'll do that. Except one more issue. All of these are gonna be holding 15. So let me get maybe one more belt of room remaining. We'll do that. And that leaves space here. So if I take you Actually, hang on. First thing I'm gonna do is copper wiring. The upside about the copper wiring is that I'm gonna be getting 60 of it per minute as per this system. And then I guess I'll get 2 more in here. That looks like it goes outside of this wall, so let's break this. Go like that. Yeah, no, this one's definitely gonna have to get bigger. So we'll just allow it to go further over that way. And the other one, which I'm kind of worried I'm not going to be able to fit at this point. Maybe this will be the first one I go 2 floors for. Because the other one's fine, the way it is. But this one's a little more complicated. So I guess if I'm going up a floor, maybe I can put these... No, definitely not that one. I wanted to wait until I got catwalks to go up a floor, though. So maybe I find a new method for these real quick. Take this, put it right here, and then this will go here. Get one here, and then one back here. So that's 5 out of 6. And I'll get one more right here. Will that work? Firstly, these 2 are problematic. Actually, hang on. Those 5 are problematic. The second thing is, I only need 6 for the... Oh no, actually, I do need 6 and then one more. It'll be 2 copper wire here, 2 copper wire here. The 2 sheets here and here. And then I'll need... I guess... Oh, I'm out of reinforced plating. I just need one more of them. But I guess I'll do one more that way, and that'll be for the, wires, or cables. So let's take this. I want to say put it right here, but I'm going to need a splitter. Not a splitter, a merger. Also, hang on. What if I just merged it here instead? So I pushed you there, and then if I head over here and give myself room for 2 belts, I think that should be enough room. take this and push this back. Actually, with that, I don't even think I need room for 2 belts, do I? Because this would run out here. That would combine there anyway. And then those two would combine. So yeah, I don't. So we'll take this, throw this. Oh. Hang on. There is a small issue with that. It needs to go that way. Okay, that goes there. I'll take another merger here. I'm gonna throw that there. Wait. Not there. I'm just saying maybe I'll go out here. And then this one will go this way. Take this. Oh wait, if this one goes this way, it's actually gotta be in front of here. There we go. So now we take this, throw it in here. Take this, throw it in here. That will be thrown in there. That will be thrown into here. And then this can head straight over. Like so. And then I guess I'll have to get this one to move over as well. So let's say I put this right here. Then I get a belt onto here. Okay, that won't work. What if I just do it this way? That also won't work. What if I do that, and then I just combine these? Or I take this. There we go. Problem solved. And then that pushes wires out. And I guess since I'm doing it this way, maybe what I do is I take the containers. It'll only be taking 3 items. I'm pretty sure. So let's go 1 there, 1 there. And I can't line that up, can I? Huh. Maybe I push these forward and I guess the doorway will be on this side. Cool. And then I could just block this back here, I guess. Whoops. No, I can't, because I need the belts to be able to get through. So then I'll take these and throw it into here, like so. This into here. Kind of. I'll put that there, and then that. No, never mind. In that case, I just gotta take this and then do everything I can to get this as short as possible. And then I can do that, which leaves one small space here. Does that go through the wall? It doesn't, so that's fine. Push this one here, and that in there. Of course, now I just need to set everything, power it, and you've seen me. No, wait. Almost, not yet. I was gonna say you've seen me do all that before and I'll just be back, but no, actually. There's something else I must get done. First, we get a splitter. And I think I want to put it here. Whoops. Okay, first we get a splitter, and I think I want to put it here. And the idea is this one will go into there. And then this one, actually, hang on. Maybe I just take the belt and turn it around. Like so. And then I'll put the splitter. Well, first I guess I'll line it up. Then I'll take the splitter. It'll go into here. Nope, not the platform. Take that, push it into here. That'll push that into there, and that into there. Nice. Next, I'll take another splitter and throw it right there. Wait, or would it be right here? I think it would be right here. Because we take that, that goes in there. That goes in there. And then I would need this belt to line up with this. And then go in there, except I need more plate. Which is fine, because I have an absolute ton of it anyway. So let's head in here and get that sorted out. Head back over here and get these sorted out. And then push that into there. And I guess what I'll do next is put that there, which is fine. I guess it colliding is fine for now. Could I get it any closer? Maybe. Let's try this. Could I put... I can. Okay. So then that pushes that... Oh. Hang on. If I do that, though, it'll have to go there. And I do... No. I do have to break this to get that back in there. So if I do it like that... That'll go in there. This will go in here. It'll kind of clip the wall, but that's fine. And then this will go into here, which doesn't clip at all, so that's awesome. And then all I need to do, oh wait, I set that to copper wire. This should also be copper wire. Pretty sure so should this. And this. This will be copper sheet. This will be copper sheet. And this will be cable. We only need one for cable, because it just works out that way. So the next thing I need to do, I guess I could put the walls in. And then once the walls are in, which they are, now I'll figure out the power. And again, you've seen me do this before, so I guess I'll be right back when I get the power involved. Also, it's most definitely gonna break, so I'm gonna try to keep this disconnected for the time being. I'll be right back when I get the power sorted out, though. And that's about it. I have these going through. I set everything up. I connected all the power. I did temporarily disconnect the iron farm. And the reason for that, pretty sure it's that one right there, it's because of this. You're going to see why very shortly. Possibly? Am I not out of power? Wait, what? You can't be telling me that machine didn't... Oh, wow. No, it took exactly 30. Well, that's neat, I guess. But I guess that means the next thing I need to work on is most definitely a power system of a sort. So, I definitely need to build more platforms out. So let's get that done. And I'm only doing this all on camera because it's quick. It's also loud. There we go. And now I'll also know where my ramp is a little bit better. The other thing I need to do is I kind of want to get this sink unlocked now, which shouldn't be too hard. I definitely need more plates. And the good thing is the plates are up here. I should also definitely get my hub and everything else moved up here for now. But I'll do that in the future, most likely. I also want to build the space elevator up here, which is going to get fun. And since I'm out of rods, I'll just pick out some of those. Oh, right, and since I am about to put 200 in there, let me just get another 200. Head down here. See, I'm at the point where most of the stuff I can get quite easily, which is a good thing. Like, I put this into here, and boom. The final thing I can do is this, which rotors is the reason I haven't done it.
Access to the anti-waste effort for stress testing of materials on Exoplanet's bonus program, also known as Awesome. Your awesome input allows Fixit to comprehend our amazing universe more clearly. In appreciation of this, we have generously set up an internal, closed economy with exclusive rewards and currency. Directing parts of varying quantity and complexity into the Awesome Resource Sink will grant Fixit coupons. These coupons can be redeemed in the Awesome Shop for highly desirable items such as new foundations, walls, factory attachments, cosmetics, parts, and more. next time you have additional resources, just remember to go that extra kilometer. Go awesome.
Okay, so I need 15 reinforced plating, and I'm probably just gonna hook it up to a drawer and then its own power source where I can just push anything I want to push into there. Just because this thing is a powerhouse and absolutely decimates all power I've ever had. I'll take care of that, and then I guess I'll be back. And just like that, I have it. Yes, I made a bit of a loop. It's fine. That's back in, and I have this going. All I have to do is just wait. I know ore isn't the best thing to put in here, but if I'm being honest, I wanted to get rid of these because I don't have a purpose for them. So now we just wait so I can get tickets. And the one thing I guess I wanted to get before I fully made the thing up here is ladders. But it is fine for the time being. I guess I could also take this and move it over there. This one probably will be a multi-floor plant just because I'd rather do it multiple floors. There we go. Although most of this stuff is temporary and will be redesigned when I get Mark II drills and higher. So, that's why I'm not too worried about it. Let's move this out to here. And then I guess I'll move these all the way out. And the one building I'll have permanently will be back here. And I'm already deciding the wires are going across this way, so this road is, or this is guaranteed to be a road. So we'll do that, and I guess I'll guarantee that to be a road. But that's, how far we go all depends from here. Guess I'll put the doorway there. Whoops. Yeah, I guess I'll do that. Logistics, I'll get not logistics, organization, I'll get storage containers here. One for leaves, one for wood. I guess one for biomass, and then one for solid biofuel. I'm definitely gonna need more. You've seen me build this on stream before. Let me just get what I need and then I'll be right back. Okay, that basically sums up this. Basically, I have a drawer that will go into, we'll say, leaves first, then wood, and then, oh wait, this takes the biomass and turns it into solid biofuel. I didn't actually need a crafter there. Essentially, that'll just take the biofuel. Whoops. Essentially, that'll just take the biofuel and push it in. That means I could have saved a bit of space, but that's fine. Then I have the power lines connecting all that together. Then you head up here, and this is what it leads into. And on the other side, I could just put another one of those in here, and that'll allow for a second floor. So now all I have to do is grab up my components. Not components, my fuel, I guess I would say. And see how things go from there. I got 2 tickets, which is fine. But I think ladders are 3. But before I continue that, I'm actually about to dismantle everything. Yep, fuses blow. Actually, I can dismantle this too. That's the cool part. I have to be careful what I dismantle, of course. Because, these are still connecting. I don't need these anymore. Because that's all going in there. I still need those connecting up, right? I don't need this one. That connects to there. I have to make sure all the mines are still running. And I'll definitely have to organize that better later. I'll take care of the sink later as well. I have no idea what I just destroyed. And then all I have to do is head up here. Remember, biofuel goes in the last container. This is also temporary, by the way. Alright, that is taking the biofuel. And it is all connected up already. So now the biofuel goes into there. It says no power, so yeah, it'll fill up and then I'll take care of it. But I don't want to start it until I see a couple go into the last one over here. So I guess for now we just wait for that. Yeah. I'll be back when I get some power into both of these. Maybe 5 in each or something like that. Okay. I'm impatient. We've got 3 in each. Let's go. And now we have somewhat automated systems. Now all I need to do is get more. And I think I'm deciding now, but the overall goal... Oh, wait. I could get rid of that and then connect those up. No, I think the overall goal... Oh. I don't even need these. I only need that one. And I could put that in here. Anyway. Overall goal, I think, will be space elevator. Which I'm actually only a couple of rods short to making. But I don't want to get the space elevator until I get the rotors. And as you can imagine, rotors have a very complex crafting station, or crafting requirement. I mean, it's not too difficult, I guess. It's just not something I'll enjoy. So, actually, let me head over here, because I'll need the rods. And the good thing is I fixed the problem. So now rods are quite easy to come by. I need more screws to make more rotors. Which is fine, because I have a bunch. And then it's going to tell me not enough inventory. Yeah. So let me put some rods back. And I guess I'll just craft these up. And I'll be back when I have 50 of them. And just like that, I have 50 rotors, 300 plates, I'm pretty sure, in my inventory. Yeah. And 150 cables, so all I have to do is just head down here. And I can just throw these in. And that gives me jump pads, which are the last station.
Milestone reached. The
Last
jump pad
milestone
combines high technology and innovation for
until I get
optimized factory traversal
required to
and an
make the
ideal
space
travel
station.
experience. Clarification. Ideal travel experience not guaranteed. Individual results may vary. Pioneers are responsible for all workplace accidents resulting from jump pad usage.
I think we guaranteed that to be a road. I need plates and rods. By the way, I probably won't use jump pads. It's not exactly my favorite item in the game. And that the fact they have to be powered kind of annoys me. I think I want those to be in the back that way? No. I definitely want it to be this way. I would say yes, but that's too close. Let's move it one platform over. I think that's fine. There we go. Nudge it all the way over here. Let me see how far aligned it is with this. Not at all. Okay, so if I go like that, I guess that should be lined up. It's insane how massive this thing is. But, I guess I'll put it right there. And if I head over here, next to it would essentially be the coal-powered plant. Oh, that's cool. What? That is off-center. Why is that so off-center? Is that just how it gets with platforms? Or foundations? Oh, no, it just wasn't lined up yet. Okay. Maybe I've never looked at it before that adjusted to make sure it was lined up. Nice.
Project assembly initialized. Congratulations, Pioneer. The space elevator will now automatically connect with the Project Assembly orbital platform. Project assembly is divided into phases, each of which require the delivery of project parts, such as smart plating, via the space elevator. Subsequent phases unlock access to new tiers with more advanced technologies to construct, automate, explore, and exploit. It is time to be honest. This project is part of the Save the Day program, the largest united undertaking in human history, destined to save us all. Earth is in peril and only Fix-It pioneers offer hope for survival. Fix-It is counting on you. Humanity is counting on you. Do not let Fix-It down.
Neat. So I guess now I should just collect what I need to make those. I do need an assembler, or an assembly machine. Assembler, yeah, I said it right. Maybe for now, like I want to put a truck station that'll kind of push everything in there, which means I might have to move this entire thing over later, but that's fine. For the time being, though, I'll just take an assembler, throw it out here. Need 4 rotors for an assembler. Let's quickly go grab that. And I think I'm just gonna push directly towards that. I don't feel like getting reinforced plating and all that until they're automatically getting or automating those until I can get further gear. It would be quite annoying to take that second iron farm without having the basic necessities. And for me, those basic necessities include a few things. So now we're going to take this and throw that into there. Going to take a storage container and actually I don't even need a storage container. Can't I take these and just throw things directly? Yeah, I can. Power into you. And I'll just craft up those rotors and plates. And that'll complete the first episode of this Satisfactory run, I guess. Let's see. Also, I forgot to mention it earlier, I'm pretty sure. It's 43 rods. But I'm fairly certain it would be a good idea to mention it now. FTB Skies is not over. I definitely still plan to keep going with it. But I wanted to switch it up a little bit, so I'm doing it as a weekly thing. So one week I'll work on a Satisfactory video, the next week I'll work on a FTB Skies video, and then I guess later I'll start splitting it up for everything I start recording. And that's pretty much how I'll do that from now. I'll be back when I have all the rotors and plates that I need, though. And as I finish up with these, I'm gonna take them. I definitely did not build the... No, right. I didn't need it. That's fine. Definitely gonna take those, throw those in there. That's gonna construct 2 every minute, which means it'll take about 25 minutes for this to be completed. I'll also slightly speed it up, but no, I won't, because that's gonna take 5 of those. The other thing I want to do, I think I want to get 15 more of those, which is complicated because I used all my screws. Yeah, I want to get 15 more of these so I can rebuild the sink. And then I want to use the sink and throw some, like, mostly copper materials, since I'm not using them right now in there. I'm gonna need 2 more of these, though. But the more I can get in terms of tickets right now, the better I can build later. I'll definitely need more walls. I want doors, windows, what do you call it? Catwalks for sure. So let's rebuild my sink. I'll say in the middle of here. That has 4 connections, that does not. Then I'll get a container, because I actually do need a container for that. Then I'll get a belt. And then maybe I'll just throw like 3 whole stacks of copper wires in there, just because I have the extra. And hopefully that gives me enough tickets before the phase 1 is complete. But I'll be back when phase 1 is complete, and while I'm AFK, I'll probably look at the awesome shop, except I need to build that. So let's head in here, see if I have enough screws. I don't. Craft enough screws, because I need 200. And then once I get 200 screws, I'll then place the shop. But the first thing I want to go for are catwalks, ladders, the different wall variants, the different roof variants, which I have not actually built with just yet. And I guess wall outlets would be good. A lot of the management, like the wall conveyors and stuff like that, those would be pretty useful. Can't imagine there's anything else I care to look at. I know the specials I don't care about just yet. Yeah, all of these are going to be super useful. I could use the signs. I've been needing it. Oh, that's what quartz can be used for, the signs. But I also need steel. Of course, we have lighting, which is, I guess, later. What I care most about also, yeah, these patterns. These foundation shapes, of course, the different walls. Different architecture. I definitely want that. There's the coffee cup. That's cool. Yeah, I guess I care mostly about those. But I'll be back when all that's done. I definitely won't have everything I need yet, but that's fine. Maybe slanted walls come first. I'll figure it out. And, as you could probably tell, we're down to the final one. Before we get there, though, I want to look in here, and we got 6 tickets. So that is a total of 8 tickets that we have. And, this is done now. We just have to wait for the smart plating to go into the system. And look at that. We now have 50 smart plating. So let's also... Oh, what I could do is I could actually lift this up further. The space station. Yeah, what if I were to lift it further? And then put, like, a belt under it. A truck station, then a belt under it. The truck station could go in the back over there. Whatever the case, it's time to seal it.
Welcome to the Project Assembly
And then we
Pioneer
get
Progress
this.
presentation. Congratulations, the Phase 1 project part shipment is now ready for delivery. On delivery, Phase 1 will be completed and the distribution platform will be constructed. After completion of Phase 1, the technologies of Tiers 3 and 4 will become available in the hub. Highlights are automated power, steel production, personnel transportation, and many more. Completing Phase 2 of Project Assembly is your next main objective. New project parts will need to be produced and delivered to the space elevator as you have done previously. Continue to construct, automate, explore and exploit for a better Fix-It future.
And now we just send it. And we push that into the atmosphere.
Phase 1 of Project Assembly completed. This is only the beginning of Project Assembly, the first step towards saving the day. You have performed adequately so far. Reminder, not only is Fix-It saving humanity, it is saving all of Earth, including kittens and puppies. It is statistically likely that you appreciate the continued existence of kittens and or puppies. Continue the work for their sake. Continue the work for Fix-It. It is time to start the work on Phase 2 of Project Assembly.
And just like that, I guess we'll end it off with buying things from the shop. Now I have 8 tickets. It's actually not going to be used that much, but that's because the 2 things I'm going to get is this and this. And yeah, and I still need all these. The roofs, the walls, tilted walls being an absolutely amazing thing that I want later. But we now have ladders as well as a bunch of different catwalks, which means we can come in here, take this out. I want to say we can take most of these out. And then there we go. I can then put the wall there. Probably get this right here, because I want the ladder to go up. There we go. Oh wait, that's wrong. How about that? Is that right? Yes. Take this, throw that right there. And then guess I'll head down here now. And then I can just fill all this in finally. Maybe that's what I'll start doing, is putting platforms up. I don't think it'll break anything too much, but I'll check just in case. And then the final ones. Guess I can just push these. There we go. That has that. I guess that's why that's there. Oh wait, that's definitely the wrong one. Default, firstly, and then... Wait. That's only left and right. Yeah, that's not it. That's it. There we go. And that should... yeah. So now... if I look under it, it doesn't look like they're clipping at all, which is perfect. Then all I have to do is just jump down and look at that. Now we can get started on better architecture, which is an absolute win. The other thing I can do is I could probably fill this in and bring a ladder all the way down. course, maybe I'll put fencing there. Wait. Maybe what I'll do is instead of this side, I'll swap it though. That's fine. I didn't realize how high up that was. Oh, I need more rods. Okay, well, let's get that done, I guess. And then could also get rid of that when I'm done with that. Okay. Let's see if I can use the ladder real quick. There we go. Nice. Now I can head back up. So now that I have that, place that. Oh, right, it's on default. And then I can just set up. Perfect. And I guess that'll finish it up for this episode. Oh, we also got the rest of that used, which can give me 1 ticket. And then I know exactly what to do with this ticket.
Official Fix-It coffee cup unlocked. Do not purchase unauthorized Fix-It coffee cups. They have been known to explode and attract wasps. Unauthorized Fix-It coffee cups lower your attractiveness to your preferred gender and/or your sense of well-being if you have no gender attraction or preference. Official Fix-It products can be licensed for your use from official Awesome Shop installations only. Come to the best shop on the planet for the best deals on all official Fix-It supplies, guaranteed.
Oh. That doesn't actually do anything, but it looks cool. So I guess that'll do it for this one. I'll see everyone in the next one.